They believe me, these niggas died of me. Look what I'm becoming. That I did, it made a man of me. All the that I did, I swear my.
What it do, YouTube? It's Ty Fetty with the Fetty. Back at y'all another video, man. Y'all know why we here. To handle business, man. Before the video start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna say it again, bro. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna say it one more. Matter of fact, like, comment, subscribe. Before I gotta beat you up. Y'all know what's going on, man. Look, today we got a rappers from the suburbs, good kids gone bad. Y'all know, y'all be in my comments trying to troll me, talking about I'm a good kid, I'm a nice kid, I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm from the suburbs, I grew up a great life. So I'm gonna give y'all something to tune in my life, since this is what y'all portraying me to be. I'm not saying I'm no gangster, no killer, no street nigga, no none of that, bruh. But you can't hold me, bruh. You can't play with me, bruh. I will smack the fire out your ass. If you know, you know. Let's see what we talking about, man. Let's get it.
Information in this video is alleged and stated in published articles and social media posts. This is not of the opinion of Swamp Stories and is not to be taken as a fact. Welcome back to another episode of Swamp Stories. For this episode, we dive into the upbringings of your favorite rappers. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. You can also follow the Instagram page as well, where you can request videos. First, let's talk about why this even matters. But in order to do so, let's head back to the start of hip-hop music. Back in the 1970s, hip-hop music was an expression from the inner cities of New York, and every region of the US had their own style and adaptation of hip-hop music. Whether it was the West Coast, the East Coast, or the Deep South, all of these regions had one thing in common. Hip-hop music came from the streets. Authenticity was everything as a rapper, and that theme would continue for a long time. Your music had to represent your actual life and experiences, or else it was not going to be accepted. But over the last couple of decades, things have really changed. The rules no longer matter when it comes to authenticity. It's either that no one cares, or maybe people simply don't know that their favorite rapper is not who he claims to be.
No, bro, it's just we don't care, bro. Like, nigga make good music, make good music. I'm not his girl to be saying he capping, or I'm not his wife or his. I don't care what he do on his free time, bro. If he say he just spent the nigga and he gonna boom his house up and he don't do it, I don't care. The song's still crank. The song's still good. Me personally, I don't care. I don't care.
It could be a little bit of both, but I think the real reason for this is that rap music has a bigger audience than it ever has before. Chances are that Colton in Iowa can't tell the difference between Drizzy Drake and Pooh Shiesty. So what I'm saying is that suburban rap is a product of a suburban audience. But let me be clear, there is no problem with suburban rappers, as long as they're not trying to be something that they're not. And that's why this list will not include guys like Drizzy Drake, Childish Gambino, or Jaden Smith. This list will only include rappers that did not grow up around the life that they rap about. And that brings me back around to the original question. Why does this even matter? Who cares if the rappers are authentic as long as they're making good music? Well, I have one big issue with this, so hear me out. You are perpetrating an image to the youth that you are not willing to pay the consequences for. The lifestyle that you're glorifying in your music will influence kids who actually live in the places where they can pay the price for it. Meanwhile, you're making millions while you live in your gated community 40 minutes away from the city. Like, think about it. Those who actually grow up in these crazy environments have to mature at a young age and do what they can to survive. A lot of times, people become products of their environment. So a person who was raised in the suburbs and never had to worry about anything around them, they want the glory of the life that others had no choice but to live? That doesn't sit right with me.
Bro, I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna just say this off the strength, off the muscle, before we even get deep in this video, bro. Just because somebody from the suburbs, like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I know where I'm from and how this shit go where I'm from. I can't say no other suburbs because, you feel me? Like, I'm not from there. I don't know how that go. I haven't grew up there. But, like, where I'm from, bro, just because you're from the suburbs, bro, like, bro, it's no, like, fool. Somebody can't look at somebody from the suburbs where I'm from and be like, nah, he's sweet. Nobody will ever do that, bro. Because we all stand on the same shit, bro. Like, a nigga from the DC and somebody from the suburbs, bro, stand on the same thing. Now, granted, the person in DC definitely had to mature faster and learn some things faster than the kid from the suburbs. I'm not saying that. I'm not green. I know how this go. I know that. But say I'm 24 and the next nigga from DC 24. It's a good chance that the kid from the suburbs has done everything the kid from DC has done, bro. It's a good chance, bro. No funny, like, kids from suburbs play with guns. The niggas from the city play with guns. Kids from the suburbs go cop some walk for $2.50 a line. The kids from DC go cop some walk for $2.50 a line. The kids from the suburbs pop perks. The kids from the city pop perks. Like, the kids from the suburbs ride in stolen cars. The kids from the cities ride in stolen cars. Where I'm from, bro. Like it's a difference. Don't get it twisted. It's definitely a difference. It's a, feel me? But, bro, it ain't that big of a difference, bro. Like I said before, bro, I know people in the suburbs that live with both parents that if you try to rob them, they're gonna blow your head off, bro. I know for a fact, bro. No funny. Like, bro, I can count on, bro, I need more than 2 hands to count how many people I know that have passed away due to a gun in the suburbs, bro. Since I've been growing up, bro. No funny. And I'm from the suburbs. I can name numerous people that done died from a gun, fool, in the suburbs, bro. So it's like, bro, I don't really get, like, maybe, again, it might be something different somewhere else, but where I'm from, bro, like, bro, you play them silly games that you think that you'll get smoked for in the city, in the suburbs, you still gonna get smoked, bro. It's no difference. That's all I'm trying to say.
Swamp Stories is not going for it. That's a big reason why I try to show everything in my videos. In music, all you see is the cool side and you don't get to see what's really going on behind the scenes. And for those reasons, I will have absolutely no mercy on this episode. So let's get into it.
Let's get it.
Number 1, the Migos.
And I'm from the north side of Atlanta, from the north, you know what I mean? We battled through injuries, we battled through all type of scars and war wounds, so.
But we from the north of Atlanta, so I'm saying that's
It's
where
Mecca.
we're
The
from.
north where it's at.
Bro, you better know what's going on with that. All that playing with me, I don't play.
Most of you probably have the same reaction that I did. The Migos? No way, they're from the north side. Well, I did my research and there's no such thing as the north side of Atlanta.
And that's cap. Like, feel me? Like, I get what y'all be saying that some of these YouTubers be cap, like the information be false. There's a North Atlanta, like, it's not necessarily North Atlanta, but where they from, they call it the North. Like, just like the song that Omeretta did, the North is not Atlanta. Like, it's a North, like, feel me? Like, they claim the North, bro. Like, the North claim Atlanta, bro. That's the fact, bro. The North is Atlanta, bro. They might be from, like, wherever, Marietta, wherever they from. It's North, though. It's the North. It is.
Even if there was one, the Migos wouldn't even be from it either. That's because the Migos are not even from Atlanta. And yes, I realize that Atlanta is considered to be anything within the Highway 285 circle, but the Migos are from a suburban city called Lawrenceville, Georgia. Lawrenceville is located about 45 minutes away from Atlanta. Well, so what, right? Well, Lawrenceville is one of the quietest and lowest crime cities in all of Georgia. In fact, Gwinnett County has a homicide rate of just 3 per 100,000. That's over 10 times lower than the city of Atlanta, where the rate is 33 per 100,000. So it's safe to say that the famous trap stars grew up very, very far away from the trap. But you know what? Everyone has a different story, so this doesn't necessarily mean anything, right? Well, let's take a deep dive into the history of the Migos. Well, after doing some research and reading plenty of articles and public records, I found some very interesting information. Let's start with Offset. His birth name is Kiari Cephas, and he grew up in a nice subdivision in Lawrenceville, Georgia. According to multiple news articles and Facebook profiles, his mother and stepfather are both graduates of Florida A&M University. And on top of this, his stepfather is a successful real estate agent and home renovator. He's even quoted as saying that Offset talks street in his interviews, but he doesn't talk like that when he comes home. He would also go on to say that being from the streets is part of his career narrative, but his stepfather wasn't the only one to say something like this. An Atlanta hip-hop producer was even quoted as saying that the Migos are a media stunt. So you know what? Still, maybe this wasn't enough to convince you. Well, then I came across a video of Offset as a backup dancer for Whitney Houston and TLC. You guys can make your own judgments on him. And again, all of this is on the internet if you guys think I'm lying. So that's enough about Offset. Let's dive into Quavo now. Quavo's childhood was a little bit different. He was born in Athens, Georgia, which is the college town of the University of Georgia. Sadly, his father passed away at a young age, so his mom was left to raise him alone as a hairdresser. And that's where his cousin Offset comes into play. Offset's parents helped raise Quavo, and he spent much of his childhood with them. Quavo was a star football player at Berkmar High School in Gwinnett County. He was a talented quarterback and even broke league records in yards and touchdowns. But after high school, he chose a different path. Now, as far as what kind of path, I have no idea. But according to their music, it must have been a treacherous one. I guess they dove into the mean streets of Lawrenceville, Georgia. Anyways, now let's talk about Takeoff. Well, do we have to? Nah, not really. We'll skip him. But overall, let's be honest. The Migos are hard and they have made anthems for the past 10 years now. You can't deny their talent and that their music has been extremely influential. They're honestly some of the best rappers of our generation. But this is Swamp Stories and we stand on truth no matter what. I will call a spade even if I'm a fan of you. So that leads me to number 2, and we're keeping it in the family for this one. Saweetie. Now look, I have no idea if Saweetie portrays a street image because I simply don't listen to her music. So let me know in the comments if I'm wrong for this one. Saweetie's real name is Diamante Harper and she comes from a lineage of star athletes and performers.
What,
in
bro?
fact, her grandfather, Willie Harper, was a star 49ers linebacker for 13 years. Her father was a star player at San Jose State as well. And believe it or not, she's actually cousins with Gabrielle Union, the famous wife of Dwayne Wade. But none of this even matters because everyone has a different story. Saweetie apparently spent some years growing up in Hayward but moved to Tracy, California as a kid. And for those who don't know, this is a suburban community about an hour and a half from the Bay Area. After living in Tracy, she then moved to Elk Grove where she attended Monterey Pines High School. Elk Grove is a nice suburb of Sacramento. After high school, she attended USC where she earned her degree in business and communications in 2016. Now look, I'm not going to accuse her of being an industry plant because truly I don't know. But her debut song was produced and pushed by Def Jam Records A&R Max Goose. He is one of the most successful A&Rs in hip-hop and R&B history. His credits include Beyonce's Single Ladies and a large portion of her catalog. He also has most of Adina Howard's catalog, B2K, and Jhené Aiko. Now look, I'm not saying anything, I'm just stating facts. When Saweetie came out and started claiming the Bay Area, many of us were like, huh? Who is this? We definitely had never heard of her before, but there is a rapper in San Francisco who claims to just look at his shirt. If what's on his t-shirt is true, that's wild and what? But you guys let me know your opinion on this in the comments. It's starting to seem like a lot of the industry is orchestrated, but I don't know. And that leads me to number 3.
Feel me? I'm in the streets. I can't leave the streets. Like, that's where my music come from, the streets.
Man, I absolutely hate that I have to do this one because he is one of my favorite rappers of all time. And honestly, I had no idea about any of this until I dropped my 400 Bompton video. Everyone, and I mean hundreds, maybe thousands of people in the comments were like, YG is not from Compton, you got it all wrong. And at this point, I'm kind of numb to the your information is wrong comments. I get so many of them, but for this one, I really had to look into it. I was like, how does everyone know something that I don't? So for a while, I didn't really want to know anything about it because like I said, YG is one of my favorite rappers. But I did some research and found some very interesting stuff. In plenty of interviews, YG says that he's from Bompton and joined Treetops at 16 years old. And that fact is widely accepted, or at least I thought so. But in 2019, Whack 100, does anyone know what Whack 100 does? Like, why is his name always relevant? Anyways, he would make an Instagram post claiming that YG is from a suburb called Paramount. He would post an old picture of YG possibly throwing up a C. And in this post, he alleges that YG was a part of Gundry Block in Paramount. He would then post this, alleging that YG was possibly a skinny jean wearing dancer and then used Compton to start his rap career. So I went ahead and did a little research and found out that YG did go to school in Paramount, but this doesn't really mean anything. He even said it himself in a DJ Vlad interview that he went to high school in Paramount, so what's the big deal? I honestly don't think it's possible for him to false claim after all these years. His clothing line is literally named 400. How could he get away with that if it wasn't the truth? But always remember that we know the truth. Long live Draco the Ruler. And that leads me to number 4. Tyga. Well, this one shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, but when Tyga started his career, it was Compton everything. But then an old MTV video would hit the internet in 2012.
MTV, it's your boy Tyga, aka one of the greatest. Tyga, I got this name when I was young. My mom used to say I looked like Tiger Woods, so I just stuck with that. Grew up, not too tough.
Hey,
got
bro.
a Range Rover, CL600, doing it big. Not too much
I'm
hard,
crying.
but I'm still street. Yeah, it's TYGA. They say I'm not hood cause I stay in the valley. They say I never been in the alley. I tell them cats, I've been in the alley.
Despite the video, Tyga would, well, according to TMZ, let's keep that in mind, he would say that he was lying in the video and that he's actually from Compton. But just recently, his former associate T-Rel would make plenty of interesting comments on the No Jumper podcast.
He's respected right now in the music industry in Los Angeles, California. I let him build that rapport with other people. I walked them in these rooms and made them feel comfortable because of where I was from and what I was doing. You feel me? Like, at first when I met that, he was just getting robbed every other week. You feel me? And
robbed like somebody run up in the crib, or robbed like
he got
pistol
his
in the
chain.
face?
Like, no, he got his chain snatched. Then Gator got his chain took. Then, you know, it was just too much. It was too much on the internet already, like YouTube.
Well, at the end of the day, he wins, he's rich, he's successful, so it all worked out. Just like everyone else on the list, they're laughing their way to the bank, and I will not hate on that.
Bro, I'm gonna just say this, bro. Just because you grew up in the suburbs don't mean you had it easy. Like, in terms of living life day to day and having all the essentials you need, you had it easy. But in turn, like, boom, with me. Both my folks from the trenches, bro. My mother from Baltimore, my father's from East St. Louis, Illinois. If you don't know what either of those two places are, go look them up, bro. They made it out, bro. Like, my mother went to college, got her degree. My father had no choice, went to the military, got his degree through that. Boom, got out. They made it out, bro. With that being said, they still got that mindset of when they ain't have when they was kids, bro. So as a kid growing up, I couldn't just go to them and ask for some shoes and they'd be like, here. I couldn't just go to them and ask for this new system and they'd be like, here. I even it gotta be Christmas, my birthday. I can't just ask them on a regular day, oh yeah, these shoes come out Saturday, let me get them. It wouldn't go down like that, bro. It never went down like that, ever, bro. Like, ever. So if they told me no, guess what? Ty gotta go get some money to go get these shoes, bro. Like, it's that simple, bro. Like, I didn't sold drugs before. I needed money. Like, I didn't went to sleep without eating before. I needed money. I didn't rob people before. I needed money, but I'm from the suburbs. I'm not this nigga that's gonna sit here and tell you I'm the most gangster, most hard nigga ever, bro. I'm not, fool. I don't even want to live like that, bro. But sometimes I needed money, bro. Even now to this day, like, bro, once I turn, like, I don't like relying on people, bro. So once I turn grown for real, bro, like 18, 19, I'm not about to ask them for shit, bro. I don't even like that, bro. I don't ask people for nothing, bro, because I don't like people having nothing to hold over me, bro. So with that being said, I had to find ways of making my own bread, bro. My parents never was the type of people that was going to buy me $1,000 shoes. But guess what? I got them myself. Multiple pairs. They not buying me no $1,000 jackets. But guess what? I got it myself. Like, come on, bro. Like, they not buying me no $300-$400 t-shirt, bro. My parents think that shit crazy. But guess what? I got them. Multiple of them myself. You know what I mean? Like, just because you from the suburbs don't mean necessarily you just get whatever you want. You just spoil rotten and this, that, and the other. In terms of essential everyday needs, yes, bro. I got everything I needed, bro. And I got a lot of stuff I wanted. I'm not going to sit here and cap to y'all. But I think when people hear suburbs, they think of, mommy, can I get this? Yes, here you go. Mommy, can you put this in my account? Yes, here you go. No, bro. No. No, bro. It ain't like that, bro. Like, it's not like that. So I just really did this video to address the trolls in my comments, bro. Because like I said, bro, I done did shit in my life, bro, that a lot of y'all have not done. I swear to God, I can promise it, bro. There's a lot of stuff that y'all have done that I've done, and I'm from the suburbs, bro. I didn't shot a gun before, bro. Like, yeah, come on, bro. I ain't, like I said, I'm not glorifying it, but shit need to be done. I stand on principles and morals, bro. Like, it's just that simple. But with that being said, man, it's Ty Fetty with the Fetty, man. Make sure y'all stay smart, stay dangerous. I catch y'all next time, man. I'm gone.